Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Truck, coming your way. Yeah, we got some bedtime stories from Truck Turner. Story time. Um, let's go back to the 1990s. I always talk about how many times people try to rob me. Here's an instance that I never mentioned. Um, one time I was going to see my boy Tim. He passed away recently. And it was wintertime. And at the time, this had to be around 88, 89. This is before the 90s started. And it was still a lot of stick up kids back then, but it was the middle of a snowstorm, right after the snowstorm. There was still about 5, 6 inches of snow on the ground. Um, the streets were still icy, and in Camden, like the little streets in between were icy, but the main streets were clear. So I took my Cadillac Eldorado. I had a 1981 Cadillac Eldorado, blue. If I could find a picture, I do have a picture. It's kind of blurry. I'll stick it up on YouTube and Instagram. But got in my car and to go see him up on Atlantic Avenue. Of course, I couldn't park on Atlantic Avenue because it was one of those snow emergency routes, and it wouldn't have been wise anyway because the road was still icy. So if somebody had to stop, at a stop sign, or for some reason a cat or something would have hit my car. So I parked on the side street directly across from his house. I went in, I went up, and there was a guy standing on the corner, maybe 3 doors down from where he was. And, I was like, I know he ain't out there hustling, because Atlantic Avenue back in the 80s was what was called, it belonged to a guy named WAP. It was called WAP's Flow. WAP sold the most marijuana or weed. It was just basically a weed flow. As a matter of fact, that guy had been selling weed for so long. I think he was selling weed even when I was in junior high school. So he was well known, and they sold weed. So I figured, okay, he might be one of WAP's workers, right? So I walked across up to my boy Tim's door, knocked on the door, and homie was like, "Yo," I was knocking the door. He said, "Yo, you looking for Tim?" I said, "Yeah," and he was like, "Well, he's right up the alleyway." I was like, "Up the alleyway?" "Yeah, he's working on his car." So apparently, dude knew Tim, because he knew Tim was working on this like Toyota. They used to call them Yodas. Um, I think he was trying to get the engine started and get a put a system in it or something like that. And so I was like, and I looked up the alley from standing on the stair, and I saw this like big cake of ice, like it was an ice capade. So I figured the dude just wanted me to go up the alleyway. So I said, all right, you know what I'm saying? So I act like I came off the steps, and I act like I was going up the alley, and I shot right across the street. And dude was like, yo, he up the alley, man, go up the alley. He started following me. I'm like, why is this dude want to follow me, telling me he's up the alleyway? It's because he wanted to rob me. Back then, I had a little small rope chain around my neck, something that I picked up of a friend of mine in college named Skip. Unfortunately, Skip passed away of natural causes. But he wanted to get the chain. He could see the chain, even though I had my winter coat on. It's hot, so I just got out of a hot car, so my coat wasn't always zipped up, all the way zipped up. So I made it back to my car. Dude, I could see that dude had a gun, but he couldn't get over to me because he was slipping and sliding on the ice trying to get at me. So I got up in the car. I hooked that right up on Atlantic, shot right up. You know what I'm saying? Cadillac Eldorados, for you younger guys, is front wheel drive. So I didn't have no problems, riding on the ice in that car. It did real well. So that was one of the instances that I actually almost got robbed with. Let me see. I could probably share with you another story, but we'll hold on. We locked on lockdown with this coronavirus. I'm gonna tell you a whole bunch of stuff I never shared before. All right, peace.